May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so I urge you to explore, to create, to write, make music, take photographs, produce a video, build, craft, whatever it is you need to do to create. Use your mind, use your heart, use your hands. Whereby, when we do that, we are given the gift of witnessing ourselves. 24 years ago, as a freshman in high school, 14 years old, and a song by the name of I Dare You to Move by Switchfoot came on the radio. And I began typing in Notepad on a computer lab at school, fervently. That epiphany probably saved my life dozens of times. No idea what I was doing. I barely read a dozen books. Didn't matter. It was raw, ugly, simple, derivative sometimes. But that's okay. I heard Switchfoot's message, and it compelled me to try at 14 years old to take all of the bullshit in here out of me onto something else. Didn't matter what it was. Anger, resentment, fear, jealousy, an insubordinate attitude toward the idea of love and obligation and commitment. Fucking hormones. Everything. And for months I wrote fervently. And I would over the course of another 8 years. I'd graduate high school, go into the Marine Corps, asked to go into the infantry, asked to go to Iraq, come home, get divorced, deploy again, and then on my second deployment in 2008, I would finalize the first book of Blood and of Ink. And if you ever read it, it is a visceral, chilling, raw, spiritual, and many times fragile collection of this boy, of his heart. All the bad shit and all the good shit. But it allowed me to come to peace with and see what I was before the war. And it allowed me access to begin seeing what I was now as a result of the war. And I'll be honest, when I published it, I thought I had all my shit in order. My second deployment to Iraq was not nearly as kinetic or turbulent as the first one. So yeah, shit can happen, you can die at any day, but if I survived the first one, I'll survive that one. So I was feeling pretty good about life and thinking, I got my shit together. I got all my legs, I got my hands, my arms. I know how to pull the trigger, and I know how to walk away. Finish up my 4 years in the Marine Corps, get out Christmas time of 2009, go to college, do homework, bang chicks, drink, and not go to war. And then finish college and go be a nice, proper civilian and live a nice, healthy, normal, productive, non-complicated life. Yeah. That didn't work out, guys. But here's my point. Create. One of the reasons I got into construction when I got out of the military is, one, because law enforcement wouldn't touch me. Two, I grew up with my hands. I grew up building stuff. I grew up working outside. So I had a new wife and a baby girl on the way, and I had to ask myself, well, I can't run around and shoot people no more, so now what the fuck do I do? Well, I can build shit. So I started building. And at that point, I had stopped writing for many years, for a couple of years, about 4 years. But I found catharsis in still creating something with my hands. It allowed me to make amends for the destruction that I caused. Now I am 24 years later at 38, divorced again with 3 kids, and multiple businesses under my belt. Some were good, some were not. Many different career changes. 24 moves from the west coast of this country. And more bodies below me in a spiritual form than actual bodies left in Iraq. So faced with that existential weight of what the fuck do I do now? About 1.5 years ago, I began writing again, very loosely. Again, like I did when I started. I didn't have a goal. I didn't have a form. I didn't have an objective other than just to fucking puke up whatever was inside of me that I needed to get out of me. And so of blood and of ink and of tears is the same boy turned into a man with the same laments, the same curses, the same ghosts, with a larger vocabulary and a lot more scar tissue, a whole lot more humanity, and because of my writing, a vastly larger awareness of what I am and what I am not, which allows me to look in the mirror naked, alone, and see what I am and respect it and come to peace with it. That cannot happen without the willingness to dive in and to explore and to recognize the beautiful things and to recognize the fucking ugly things and get it out. Because all of that poison, all of that confounding, resentment, the insecurity, all the human ailments add up. So for Mental Health Awareness Month, and frankly every other month and day of the year and every other year, I urge you to create, cut this open, and let it out in whatever format, whatever medium you need, private or public, doesn't matter, but let it out of you and see it. See yourself. Of blood and of ink and of tears is not a weekend paperback to flip through. It is a sacred autopsy on war, the love, and the human soul. It is an altar where I sacrifice myself down for truth and for believing in love, even if I can't touch it or hold it or keep it, but that it represents the best part of my humanity. And through it, I hope that of blood and of ink and of tears can help you and your loved ones see what you have not seen before.